If you find yourself having trouble reaching overhead, getting full range of motion, stuck up here, having a tough time getting back here, as well as carrying something overhead and keeping space between your shoulder and your ear rather than lifting up, you're probably using your upper traps an awful lot, which means that we're not using, to the best of our ability, our middle and lower traps. And we might not have the range of motion. So when we're standing up against gravity, it's a little tougher to get there. So this is a nice drill to open up the chest, to get more movement in the lats, also keeping the rib cage down and really engaging the muscles in the back to open up the chest. So it's a mobility drill as well as a strengthening drill to activate those muscles. You can activate them and hold them. They're called isometrics, which means that nothing is really moving, but the muscles are still turned on and holding. So you'll want a dowel and a foam roller. The foam roller gets us up off the ground, allows our shoulder blades naturally to come back and open up that chest. Gravity assisting us instead of fighting us up here. And it gives your shoulder blades something to squeeze, a little bit of feedback there. And the dowel helps us to keep our hands together and get different areas of stretching. The closer your hands are together, the more you'll stretch through here. The further apart they are, the more you'll stretch up into your chest. So the foam roller, the 3-foot foam roller, 36 inches is nice because you can usually lie on that with your whole spine and your head supported like this. Scoot all the way to the end of it. I take my dowel and I lie down along the roller. I want to keep my knees bent and my feet wide enough apart so that I'm not falling off the roller. And I just want to grip the dowel wherever along here that you want to. Probably in a bench press grip is going to be the most comfortable, which is shoulder width or a little bit wider. And I already can feel if I can squeeze my shoulder blades together back there without even going up overhead. Press the dowel up over my face, and then I want to keep those shoulder blades. I don't want to lift them as I come up. Okay, that's a mistake here, is to lift those shoulder blades. But what I want to do is reach. I want to push the dowel toward the ceiling and keep those shoulders down as my arms come up over my head, leaving a lot of space between my shoulder and my ear versus being way up here. Okay, see the difference? Way up here, using a lot of my neck, using a lot of my upper traps. Down here, I'm using my lower traps and lats to pull down, but I'm also reaching, like in yoga, I'm reaching toward the wall behind me. And right now I'm holding a pretty good muscle contraction. And I can reach even further. Gravity's helping me, so I can get a nice big stretch. This is stretching in my biceps and triceps. And then I can come on back up. I can bring my hands a little closer together. It's going to be less of a stretch in the chest, more of a stretch in the arms. This is a good exercise to play with different hand positions in different places. I can also bend my elbows. That's going to give me a big stretch right through my chest. Pulling my elbows to the floor gives me a bigger stretch. Pulling them up out of there will decrease that stretch. And then I can press again overhead. Again, I feel this all through my chest, feel it in my lats. And I want to keep my rib cage down. Notice that I'm not arching my back as I come up. I want to keep that rib cage down. I can even use the foam roller to maintain contact. Not completely with my low back. There's going to be a little space here, but if I keep that space exactly the way it is throughout this whole range of motion, when it's here I don't want it flat, and when it's here I don't want to be able to stick a block underneath there. I want this to maintain the same height throughout this motion here.